Hello, my name is Joanne and I'm from Rose's Creations. And I made a video and a post because I was a little upset about my Levo machine. I got a Levo machine, it probably lasted about 3 months, and then the door wouldn't close. So then I went online to see what kind of solutions that they had to like fix this problem. And they said put a little bit of pressure on the door, a little bit of weight on the door in order to get it to actually close and stay closed. So that worked for a little while, and I ended up using it probably another 5 or 6 times, and then the damn door broke. So now I was really pissed because this is only it's not even been a year. It was a year, probably, I think it's like today or tomorrow. I think it's been a year since I've had the darn thing. Pretty close because it was next to my mother's birthday. So long story short, somebody at Levo ended up seeing the post. And so they contacted me because I had contacted them 3 months, at the 3-month mark when I first had the door and it wouldn't close. I contacted them and I got kind of a little of a brush off, and it was kind of like, okay, whatever, and I didn't get any kind of an answer. So then I instant messaged them back, and then we were talking back and forth, and she says, yeah, we'll send the machine. She or he said send the machine back, we'll send you the postage, and then we'll send you a new machine. So here is my new machine. I just got it in today, so I'm going to do the box break because I don't think I did a official box opening on it in the first place, because I was so excited to open the damn thing up. So I got the same one and the same color and everything else because that's what they do, but they reissued me another purchase order and sent it to me for free. So here it is. So seeing as I already know what's in here now, I can just open it and not have to be surprised. I'm surprised. Sorry, I'm not surprised, but he did send me something different. That's the pamphlet, this is a book. It's a recipe book, and it also has some hints on how to do certain things to it. And like I said, I love the machine except for the fact that it got on the floor like it did. So I wasn't a happy camper on that process. So opening it up, pamphlet there. Bag. Open. Yes, I'll pick up the trash later. Press and hold whenever removing and replacing the reservoir. So, here's the pod. So it has a little magnetic piece in there, and then this is the pod. So let me just show you a little closer up. Pod, you put this piece in here. Of course, it's not going to go in quickly because that's what. And it goes on the bottom like that. And then you put the herb in here, and then the cover, and then you're good. You can buy extra pods. I can't remember how much they cost. I think it was pretty close to 10, I'm thinking, dollars. And then you got the magnetic piece, and the magnetic piece is what you put in the middle of the reservoir. So the reservoir is here. I'm going to push the button, and then that's the reservoir, and this sits right in here. Of course it ain't gonna sit, but it sits in the middle of it. just like so. Then you put the pod in. After you put the herb in there, you put the pod in there, and it's magnetic, so it sits onto the side. That's why you can fit 2 of them in there. Let me see if I got my other one. I'll grab it for you. Oh, right here. Of course, I dropped something else in my cupboard. So that's my second pod. So I take my second pod and put it in there like that. You can only fit 2. I don't think you can fit 3, maybe, but they fit about 7 grams each. So if you're doing flour, that's great. And that's only a cup of fluid in here anyway, so you kind of don't want to have it too strong, you know, because then what the hell, you're not going to be able to eat it or do anything with it. So that way, 2 pods. I don't know if you can get 3. I think you could possibly get 3. Let me see, I do have another one. Okay, so you can fit 3 if you needed to and wanted to. That's going to make it really strong. I mean, if you were doing trim, though, you might want to do that. Reservoir, it goes in pretty easy. You just put the hose next to the thing, push down, and it goes. There's a little button right here for the reservoir release. You just push that down and it goes. And then when you plug it in, of course, I will move you so you can see this. Just give me 1 second. There is a little let me move you. There you go. Alright, so cord is in here. Pull the cord out. Plug it in. I want to show you a quick different functions really quickly. I've already done this, but just for those who haven't seen it yet. So supposed to be able to download the app and program the infusions remotely, but I couldn't get it to connect, so that was another thing. I'm gonna end up probably calling them up and finding out. Maybe I'll try to connect it to this one and see what happens, but that was a failure too, which made me even more upset. But I didn't need the remote more than anything. I just needed the actual thing because to do the remote's kind of, I don't know, silly, I guess. So dry activation. So it's choose cycle. So choose cycle, dry. So dry is when you have wet herb and you need it to dry. You put on a dry cycle, and then you just hit start, and then it's gonna dry it. So you put the cannabis in the pods, and then and it dries it. Then the next step would be to oh, wait a minute. Yes, activate. Yep, dry, activate. Activate is your next step. So first step goes 3 hours at 115 degrees. This is automatically done for you on the timer unless you want to change the timer. You can change up and down here for time, up and down here for the heat. But I wouldn't suggest doing that unless you actually know what specific heat you're supposed to be using other than what they recommend, which is the good heat. Good amount of heat, so you're not ruining the cannabis or the herbs or anything else. Any of the herbs. You can use any of the herbs, by the way. You can use basil, you can use parsley, oregano. I had done a whole mixture of herbs. I also had done a whole thing of just mushrooms. So reishi, um, pour, reishi, I did chaga, all a bunch of different mushrooms and put it in there. I also did an infusion of magic mushrooms, and I did that. Um, so it can be used for a lot of things. It doesn't have to only be used. I also did salad dressing with cannabis, and I did salad dressing with my herbs and mushrooms too, so that I could have my herbal mushrooms and teas, herbal mushrooms and stuff into my water, which went into my teas. So, I mean, it's good for a lot of different things. You don't have to put oil in there. You don't have to put butter in there. You can put oil and water in there if you want. It depends on what is soluble and it can be infused by whatever you're using as an herb. So, that's the dry method, and then the next one is the activate method. So that's the one that we normally, cannabis users would call decarbing. So this is the decarb state. It does have an odor, but it does not have as much of an odor as you would when you're putting it in an oven and baking it in order to get it to decarb. Because, and you also have to watch the temperature on your oven to make sure that you are using the correct one so it doesn't burn the cannabis or the herbs in order to decarb. You don't have to decarb most of it. You can, especially with the infusion. It's kind of an extra thing, but you're heating it already. So when you heat it already, it's activating the cannabinoids in there, and it's getting everything already in there. That's why when you do a crock pot, you really don't have to decarb at all. But some people still like to make sure that they get everything out of their herb. So then the next, so that's 30 minutes, and it's 240 degrees, and that's all Fahrenheit, by the way, just in case people are looking from another country or something. And then the infuse. So infuse is 2 hours, and it's at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And like I said, you can up and lower the temperature and the time. And what I usually do on the infusion pot is definitely up the timer, because I do it at nighttime anyways. So I kind of just let it do its thing. So I set it in the morning. I set it at nighttime. Think, let it go, and infuse overnight. And then when in the morning I wake up and I, depending on what it is, if it's butter, I have to heat it up a little bit. So I hit infuse for another, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes just to get the butter so that it's a liquid form and not a hardened state. And then it pours out. So this is like a coffee maker too, as far as that. What I always do is keep a cup underneath it. And the reason I keep a cup underneath it is because dummy me, the first time I used it, I pushed the wrong button. And when I pushed the wrong button, the damn thing started pouring out. So as a precaution, from now on, I always leave a cup underneath there. So I just automatically put the cup underneath there, and then that way if it does pour out, I'm safe. You know what I mean? It's in there, and then I can just pour it back into where I want it to. Okay, so now when it's all done being infused, all you do is push this little button, and then it pours out of the pour spout, which is right there, and that comes out of the reservoir. So it pours out and goes into the cup. Then when you're done, you're gonna have, all you do is tap a little bit and push up and then pull up. And then when you're done, you're gonna have the pods in there. So you take the pods out, and there's a plunger. You can buy a little plunger, or you can take your finger and you can just push it all down, or you can not do that. So there's two different, you can take and get as much of the infused matter out of it, and then take the pods and chuck the matter out. But I don't like to do that, because I feel like I'm wasting it. And then when I also did the pods, and I took the matter that's in the pods and I put them in brownies, they were amazing. So I'm not wasting that. It's usable stuff, and they actually call it sludge, which it kind of, I thought I kind of used, I called it mud because that's what it kind of looked like, mud. But they call it sludge, and so you can use that. So that makes old-fashioned brownies, and you can put it into, when I did the herbs, I ended up taking it and just taking the sludge and I put it into my coffee press. So I put it in there, and then I took and put my tea in there, because I have loose leaf teas that I put in here, hot water, my sugar and lemon, because I do lemon tea for me. I also put a spoon of my mushrooms in there, because I won't put I do my mushrooms this way too, not the magic kind. The magic kind I do differently, but I put the regular mushrooms in here, and then so it's sort of, you can do that for your sugar tea, for your sugar coffee too, and put it in here, and then put the press in there, let it sit for a little while, and when it's done, pour it, and you got yourself nice tea. So then you take this, of course, and you pour it into your container and store it. I usually do mason jars. Most of the time I do mason jars. Sometimes I do different jars. If it's for me, I do any kind of jar that I have. So this one's got my peanut butter in it, and that way I know it's my personal peanut butter. Can of oil I put in here, and this is what it looks like when it comes out. So it's nice and thick colored. Yeah, it's not, it's pretty dark. So that's the can of oil, and then let me see what else I have here. I have some more can of oil. And then I have my honey, but I don't have that much left in this container. I have to make more. I think I have some more, so you put one of them jars in here, but then I'll have to make some more too, I think. But that's a really, really, really thin layer of it. And then that's what it looks like when it's infused in the Evo machine. I make teas with that. I put it in lemonade. I put it in Kool-Aid. I put it in my coffee. I put it on toast. I put it on waffles. I made syrup, so I can put the syrup. Actually, I can probably show you that too. Oh, no, this is the other jar of honey, the one that's thick. I think this one was done in the crock pot though, so because it's a little bit darker. I'm thinking it's the crock pot one, because the crock pot one comes a little bit darker. I did do some can of milk in there. That came out pretty good, so color of milk is not this creamy color. This is sorry, my fingers don't want to work. I have the tennis elbow, and oh, there we go. Broke the seal with the knife. Oh, there's my refrigerator doing its thing. And that's the can of milk. I don't know if you can see it without me pouring it out. I don't want to pour it out, but I want to be able to show you the color. So that's that. Tastes pretty good. It's a little bit, like I said, I think and if you're watching you watch some of my other videos, it tastes like goat's milk to me. Goat's milk, if it's not pasteurized and it's fresh, tastes sort of like grassy hay. That's the only thing I can explain it, taste, and that's what it tastes like. So then, yeah, great machine. Like I said, the only problem is that the damn door, for some reason, decides it doesn't want to close for a while. Which I don't know why that's having that problem. I don't know if they fixed it. I hope they did. If they didn't, then I'll end up asking them for another damn machine again or whatever. Or either, you know what I mean? I'll have them give me a money back or something because I'm, you know. But I'm gonna keep trying to work it. I like it. It's definitely, it's pretty machine. Even though I keep it in the closet because I kind of got enough stuff on my down counter. But it was like $300. You can get a discount on it. I will connect the code because there is a code on here. Actually, let me see if I can find it quick because there is a code on here. Somewhere there is a code. There it is. Use 10% off of the Levo machinery. So code is REFER, R-E-F-E-R, for a 10% code. And then I think what it does is asks you who referred you. So who referred you would be Joanne Cornell, Joanne-Cornell. And then, yeah. I will get credit and then I can buy some more things. I did buy some other things with this. Let me just show you really quick what they are because I have them here. I'm not sure where the covers are, but these are for gummies. So I bought these, they're for gummies, and they do have a cover on for it. And then there is also ice cubes. Oh no, no cover for that, but there is ice cube trays. Oh, I think I have them downstairs. They're silicone ice cube trays. They look just like this type deal, and they're cubes. And you can just take, what I did is I usually take the sludge and I don't press it. And so I use the sludge and I put them in the ice cube trays. And then what I do is take a little bit of the oil or the butter or whatever I infused and put a little bit on top of that. And then when I make my brownies or cookies or some kind of mix, I put the whole sludge in the little bit of extra oil that's on top of it in there, in an ice cube. And then it makes my brownies or cupcakes or whatever. And the cubes look like this. So I can definitely show you that. My hands are, give me 1 second. I want to, just in case I make something else for somebody else, I kind of want to make sure I definitely do clean my hands. That and here. And then this is what the cube looks like. So it's a pretty good sized cube. And so one of those, and then I put it in a one package of brownies because I make them strong. Oops, I put this in there. I make them pretty strong, but not too strong where I can't have, I do mini brownies, and I want to at least be able to eat 2 of the mini brownies because I want to eat the brownie, you know what I mean? Like, or eat the cupcake. I kind of don't want to have just a little teaser. Fat woman needs to have her desserts, I guess, yeah. So, hopefully I'll be able to start slimming down soon, but right now, that's kind of how I feel about myself. I was 196 pounds before I got sick. And so 96 pounds, and then all of a sudden I'm 142, kind of just doesn't make me a happy camper. And I have not been able to lose any kind of weight at all, not even a pound, which is nuts. I am still regular as I was back then when I was 96 pounds. I had 18 different medications, and when I had the 18 different medications, it made me blow up because I was inactive. I was bedridden for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. Um, so yeah, anybody who says anything about someone who has fibromyalgia and or trigeminal neuralgia and calls it anything other than a very painful disease is just an idiot. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. They are totally an idiot. I've been faking, which, why would I fake for 14 years? You know what I mean? Like, I've been dealing with this for 14 years now that I've been having that I have fibromyalgia. Back then, you said fibromyalgia, and it was like you banged your toe or something. And it's like, really? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have no idea of what the hell this disease does to you. I mean, I went from working two jobs. You know what I mean? I was doing a full-time job and I was doing a part-time job, doing caretaker on the side. How can you, and then all of a sudden I just decide one day that I don't want to do anything and I don't want to make any money and I don't want to have money to do things, or, I decide I want to be lazy all of a sudden. I don't friggin' think so. You know what I mean? So, whatever kind of disease you have, hopefully you can go holistic. If you can't and you do your medications, hopefully you try to limit them so that way you can get better with time and maybe not get off the prescription shit. I hate to say it, but that's the way it is, because any of my prescription medications, all I did was go get a prescription, and the next thing you know, I have to get 2 more prescriptions because of side effects from the first ones, and then 2 more because of side effects from the second and third one, and it was just a roller coaster. And the last time I went to the doctors, and I told her new side effects of the last ones that she gave me, and she said something about giving me more medicines. I was like, no. I'm like, I'm done with them. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, I'm done with them. I said, I'm going holistic. I said, I have to do something different. I said, because this isn't working. So I shit-canned all the prescriptions. And, of course, my doctor said that was good. Fine. If that ain't working, do what you think you need to do in order to get better. So I started using cannabis. And that's when I started getting better. I stopped gaining weight, and I started being more active and being able to actually do something. Being a zombie all day, being bedridden, or house-ridden, I should say, more than bedridden. I was in the bed, or I was in the chair. I went from the bed to the chair, and then I went back to bed. I went to the bathroom. I went to, I made myself something to eat. That's not a life. That's like, it's pretty much being dead. You know what I mean? Except for your body's moving. Who wants that? You know what I mean? I want to do things. You think when you plan for retirement, you plan for, when you finally can stop working, you want to stop working, but you want to start doing other things. You don't want to stop working and stop living. I mean, if I was paraplegic, that'd be different. You know what I mean? But I can't just see taking medicine so I'm not in pain to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that kind of person. I can't sit and watch TV, 10 hours a day and be happy. I need to go out. I need to go for a ride. I still have a goal of, I want to ride my motorcycle back again. You know what I mean? Like, that is a big goal of mine. I mean, I still have my motorcycle. I haven't ridden it in 14 freaking years. But every time I hear the bike go by me, any kind of bike go by me, even a race rocket, I get this feeling, you know what I mean? Like, I can remember the wind on my face. I actually haven't even gone on a ride since then. Right now, I can't even shoot pool. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of my things that I did before when I wasn't sick, and then I still continued to do it, and had to stop for a while, and then I got back into it, and I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I went to Vegas one time because of the fact that I freaking won a pool tournament. So, you know, on my own. It was a singles tournament. 32 people entered, and I made it out the other end and went to Vegas all by myself, and I enjoyed myself, you know. Of course, I lost, you know, but the players up there are definitely higher handicapped and a lower ranked. So that's all I can say about that. Because down here, in Rhode Island, I beat a 7, you know, and yeah, and I beat a lot of other people that were pretty good players. You know, I had 32 players. Some of them, maybe half of them are lower ranked, but you know, some of them are pretty good players. It was a playoffs, so that was, you know, qualifiers for Vegas. So it wasn't like the bottom of the barrel. You know, it was the top teams that actually made it to that point. All right, so getting off subject, but I kind of want to share a little bit, and my automatic watering system isn't working. The damn thing's not shutting off. So I guess I gotta go out there and shut the damn thing off. So have a great day. Hope you actually buy the Levo machine and like it if you do. If not, there's other machines out there. I have other videos that show other machines. You can do that too. There's a magical butter machine, and I have videos on that, and I also have videos on the crock pot method. It depends on also how much you can afford to do this and how much you're actually going to use to do this. With the Levo machine that I first got, somebody gave me some money to get it as a gift. Because they wanted some stuff infused, and I figured if they got me the machine that I would infuse for them for free, and I do. So that's how that works. One favor turns another favor. I'm pretty good like that. All right, have a great day. Blessed be. Hopefully you guys can get better at what your ailments are and keep them away in order to be able to function, because that's all I really want to do is function. I just left my PT, and I'll do another video on that because I have a picture of it too, so it's kind of cool. Have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share videos. Thanks.